Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. Howdy gang, welcome to the Bad Players DPS guide to the LFR Horridon encounter, the second encounter in the Throne of Thunder. A lot of people believe this fight is against Horridon, and that's almost a misconception because in actual fact it is more a fight against the various troll tribes working with the Zandalari and finally the war god Jalak than it is against Horridon, because Horridon is really only, the majority of the fight against Horridon is at the end. Well, you do have to avoid Horridon's abilities throughout the fight. The fight itself takes place among a series of doors, which the tank will walk Horridon over to. Each one pertaining to a tribe working with the Zandalari. The DPS job is to control and down a bunch of those ads until the Dinomancer for that door appears, in which case they will switch and down him. When he's downed, Horridon will get upset and smuck his head into the door, sealing it for good, in which the tank will pull him over to the next door, and you'll rinse and repeat. Finally, at the end of all the doors, the war god Jalak himself will engage, and the group will down him quickly, and then finally, at that point, we'll move on to attacking and finishing off Horridon, which will then complete the encounter. Very interesting fight, a lot going on. But in actual fact, if the DPS does their job and controls the ads and stays alive at the end of the fight, it's actually quite manageable. Now, as we head towards Horridon encounter, I wanted to point out a little bit about the bridge here, because it's almost like a boss in itself. For starters, there's that flying guy with the blue laser. If he gets on top of you, he barrages you with lasers. Very dangerous. Make sure you avoid him. Also, the bridge itself is heavily encompassed with wind blowing across it and will blow you off. So listen carefully to your leaders. Most times tanks will do what they're doing here, pull the bosses over to the edge and let you DPS them there rather than try to DPS them on the bridge, which can be quite tough. There are a few spots where you can actually lean up against where you will not get blown off and you can DPS, but very difficult to manage a 25-man raid that way. So very often the tanks will end up pulling all the trash one bit at a time to the end of the bridge until they're all down, and then you'll all cross together once the bridge is clear. But once again, make sure make sure you listen to your leaders and know what they're planning, and well, you can always suggest it if they're not sure what to do. But getting blown off this bridge kind of sucks, so make sure you keep in mind that this bridge is a very dangerous place. So here we are crossing the bridge. Well, blows me down. Avoid the blue laser, guys. Whew. Quite the gust of breeze blowing across to the other side. See, at the end of the first half is a little mini boss here, who we're going to down right away here. And there, once he's down, to your dismay, you see another section of bridge to cross. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite a lot of action between the first boss and the second. Give me some time to blow the man down. And here we are in the encounter room. As you can see, all the doors riddled around the room. Those are the doors that the various tribes aiding the Zandalari will come out from. And each one in turn, once we down the Dragonmancer, the Horridon will get so upset he'll smuck the door shut for good and it will not open again. And you can finish off the last couple ads and move on to the next piece. So yes, it's quite a clean fight, providing the DPS doesn't try to do something stupid like keep their DPS on Horridon and try to down him. In fact, with the damage and dangerous moves he has, you're probably better off to stay clear of him most of the time. Or you can get a little free shots in on him every now and again. Give him a little shot in the boiler here and there. And there we are. We are underway. As you see, Horridon engages. First few seconds you can get a few shots in on him as well, but as you see, the tanks are going to walk him over to the first door. And we're going to start having the first tribe, the Faraki tribe from Zul'Farrak. Anybody here from Zul'Farrak? And we are going to focus most of our attention on them. Plus it's much safer. They don't do anywhere near as much damage as Horridon does. And we're watching for the Dinomancer. When he comes out, it's almost the end of this particular door. You see some of the nasty stuff on the ground that Horridon throws. Something you'd have to fight if you were engaging on him. And there we are. There's our Dinomancer. We're going to concentrate all effort on him. Once we drop him, we're going to get out of the way. Okay, move aside. Let Horridon vent his anger. Boom! There we go. He smucks that door with his head. And you help down a few last adds if there is any, and then what's the tank going to do next? He walked a dinosaur. Everybody walked a dinosaur. Open the door. Open the door, get on the floor. The tank is gonna walk the dinosaur. And there come the Gurubashi. Always like to disturb the plans of the Gurubashi. Coming out for the glory of their home, Zul'Gurub. And once again, same story. Focus your attention on the ads. Down them as they come out, and watch for the Dinomancer. Got to be really careful here because some of these ads can get vicious, and if they manage to rape your arse, you'll be singing a very different tune. Oh man, my arse is sore. I don't want to poop no more, no more. Everybody knows my arse is sore. Alright, and we're walking Horridon over to the next door, and we're going to have the Drakari from Zul'Drak. A tribe that needs no introduction, but I'm going to give them one anyways because I am annoying that way. Anyways, I think you all kind of got the idea how these doors work, so we're going to skip ahead to the final door and to the final part of the encounter. Okay, we are heading on to the final stages of the encounter. As you can see, Horridon just smucked into the Amani door from Zulamon. And now we're going to head over to the final part, the Zandalari, our gracious hosts.
Mom.
Okay, and this is the final part. As you can see, the War God Jalak has engaged, and we are going to give him an old-fashioned butt-kicking and finish off Horridon. In which case, this amazingly complex-looking encounter will be finished. War God Jalak seems to be going down awful quick, so he doesn't really have a lot to... And probably want to use some cooldowns, DPS cooldowns at this point to make sure you do the most damage, survive till the end of the fight. And before you know it, if all goes well, Horridon drops, and this encounter is complete. Very nice fight doing the Dinosaur. Thanks a lot for listening. Once again, this is the Bad Players DPS Guide to Throne of Thunder, the Horridon encounter, the second encounter in the raid. We look forward to seeing you in the next encounter. My name is Daniel Gagne, Bad Player 03, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.